Good evening, everyone. This is Kyle here. Wanted to go over my triple leverage portfolio. June 1st was my rebalance day. I'm recording this on June 2nd. Wanted to give it a day to kind of relax and see how it goes. So I'm not sure what to do with my spreadsheet. So I'll just show you my spreadsheet. So this is probably better or a better idea of what I'm like dealing with right now. Or rather, probably, well, I'll show you this anyway. So I just changed the numbers on here so it looks like everything's even. This is not like really accurate. So I might just get rid of this like each asset class did this return because really this is the main one that matters, right? Is the I've done 7% over basically the quarter. Um my total portfolio value is about 11,935. If you're wondering why it's different from this, it's due to margin. Robinhood gives you free margin. It's about $1,000 of free margin if you have a gold account. So if you're wondering why this number is different than this number, it's because of first of all, this Robinhood also calculates after hours as part of your value, and the spreadsheet goes off of like Google Finance, and Google Finance does not. So those are the reasons, and then I'm sure there's like a little extra money in here. Oh, $2, I guess, whatever. So anyway, we have rebalanced our portfolio as of June. So I cut, and I can show you, it's better to show you here my leverage portfolio buys. So you'll see I sold $700 of UPRO, and I bought $518 of gold and $182 of BND. And that was to get it back to snuff. And yeah, gold did horrible over the quarter. I mean, it dropped like, what did it drop over the quarter? I'll go over the 3 month. 10% over the 3 months. Compare that to UPRO, which did insane over 3 months. This is bond BND did exactly what it should do, which is nothing, right? It did nothing and gave me dividends 3 times, or 2 times actually, because BND doesn't give its dividend until I think. Oh, I lied. No, no, I wasn't lying. It's the 6th. So yeah, it's there giving me seven. So they gave me about $6, $6, $7, whatever it was. They gave me like $20. This BND has been doing, despite it having more volatility than I would like, which is not even that much volatility, but I was expecting it to be completely flat basically, and the fact that it went down a percent is actually annoying. But basically, it just gave me a bit of a dividend. Total return negative, but not by a crazy amount. And then we go to. I'm actually interested how Robinhood calculates this. What does it say my total return is on gold here? They say my total return is 11%, which is this is probably more accurate than my spreadsheet. Because my spreadsheet, like I said, I'm just dicking around. But anyway, I deleted all the numbers and added in. I'm probably gonna get rid of this total, these three, because this is the one that matters. It's the total return for everything is really what matters. These individuals don't really, they only matter within the quarter. They don't really matter like long term. But anyway, so gold did bad, bonds basically traded flat, and then UPRO. I'll just show you what UPRO did over 3 months. It fucking it did that. Now, obviously, um, I wasn't fully invested in UPRO at this point, and I really only started this journey. We can go back to my leverage portfolio buys. I really only started this journey back in March, and I didn't really put in a lot of money until April 16th. So the journey it was just starting to rip, which is why I only have a 15% return on that. Now, UPRO did exactly what it needed to do. It outperformed heavily, and then my BND did exactly what it needed to. Gold did not do what it needed to do. Gold, I mean, really tanked over this quarter. It's really not what I was expecting gold to do. I mean, for me, the reason, and let me just go over my portfolio on what I do. And I have a triple leveraged UPRO position that's, or rather, a triple leveraged SPY position is probably a more accurate way to describe it. So, SPY just tracks the S&P. UPRO tracks 3x SPY daily. So, if SPY goes up 1%, UPRO goes up 3%. And my mentality is every quarter I want to rebalance it and get it back to a 60% UPRO, 20% bond or BND, and 20% GLD position. And The reason I own UPRO is for the heavy outperformance. The reason I own BND is kind of like the safety net, like a stable position, almost like a cash position. Um, Gaining a little bit of interest. And the reason I want that cash position is if UPRO tanks, I want to sell BND and buy more UPRO. And then GLD is pretty similar to BND in my mind. Gold and bonds, they don't do the same thing, but they're uncorrelated, right? They don't trade the same. And I guess, you know what, truthfully, JLD didn't gold didn't trade like bonds. So maybe it was correct. All three of these are completely uncorrelated because gold went down, stocks went up, and bonds traded flat. So technically, I guess theoretically, my portfolio traded exactly as expected. But I wasn't expecting a 10% in a quarter for gold. Um, I was expecting gold to mostly be flat because it just came off of a crazy run. That's probably why it went down. It went on a crazy tear these last 3 years. And the reason I do gold instead of buying more bonds or instead of buying something else is because I see gold as a bit of a hedge against inflation plus a hedge against bonds because the total bond market is heavily weighted towards the United States. I mean, a lot of the bonds are either U.S. Treasuries and you can even see this on BND if you look at the top holdings. A lot of BND is U.S. Treasuries. The top 10 holdings are U.S. Treasuries, and a lot of the other high holdings are American corporate bonds, I believe. I believe this includes corporate bonds as well. So, the reason I hold this is because its bonds are stable. They're kind of like a cash position, and I want a bit of a cash position when I'm holding this UPRO instrument. Um, but then GLD is not just US, right? Now BND is US is not just US either. It's a total global bond market, but um, it is separate from bonds, right? It's gonna trade separately from bonds. So that's the reason I want to hold all three is that I want a little bit of an uncorrelated asset on these two. Anyway, besides the rebalance, I bought a little bit today because if you guys have been following, I use my credit card points to buy stocks. I'm not putting in my own money right now. I'm trying to pay off my car, and then I'm gonna go back to buying stocks. But once my car is paid off, I probably have like a year left on my car. Um, I've been paying down extra towards it. Basically, every check, I throw money into it. But once that's paid off, then I'm going to go back to throwing money into the stock market. So it's fun like that. Um, but so far, that happened. Then we also had uh, a bit of a dividend. Wait, where is it? Am I going crazy? That's QQQM. Whoopsies. Did TQQ not give me money? Am I going crazy? Here, no. Gotta go back further. Here we go. They gave me $4. TQQ, wait, TQQ. This is way old. Hold on. Where the hell is UPRO? Here we go. I'm just blind. Here we go. $16. Yeah, okay. UPRO gave me $16 for the dividend, which I was happy about. It's not really that much money, but it's more money than I expected. I was actually surprised. Um, I didn't even really think about UPRO as having a dividend. Now, if you go to the SPY equivalent, I'm beating SPY by about $100. Basically, I'm not really beating SPY, right? I'm beating it by less than $100. 11.95. Wait, is that wrong? 11.95 was inside. Oh no, that's right. Um, so SPY is at 11.80. It's almost negative to $80 I'm beating, or $70 that I'm beating SPY by. So we're basically neck and neck. And a lot of that's because SPY has been so volatile and gold has just been tanking. So once we get out of this volatile market, I think I'll be better off. But right now, the portfolio is kind of doing what I want to do, which is, I take the winners, I put it into something else. And I'm happy with that. I'm happy with my first rebalance. I'm happy with the journey so far, even though I haven't been outperforming like I'd like to. Um, we're kind of, because in a way, I'm like, even though I'm triple leveraged on 60% of my assets. So I'm kind of like 180% of that rich, right? And I'm hoping these other two perform. So far, gold hasn't, but bonds have been doing fine and basically even. And we're happy. I think we're happy overall with what this portfolio is doing. Like, I'm thinking this quarter is going to be just as rough as last quarter, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think I'm going to do better, but I've grown my money, right? My money, I haven't lost money doing this. I've gone up about 7%. And, 7% a quarter, if I do that every quarter, I'm getting 28% returns. Now, don't think I'll be doing that every quarter, but gold hit a little bit of a ripper today, which is why this is a lot higher, but overall, nothing crazy. Um, we're just gonna keep holding and keep doing what we need to do. And once the car is paid off, we're gonna start dumping real capital in there. So this is how the portfolio is looking. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys enjoy the journey. And I rebalanced this portfolio. I sold my winners and bought more losers. So I'm happy with it. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for watching.